Hey, everybody, and welcome to an unbelievable episode of Wild Ride with Steve-O. What can I say? We are on a roll. It's Super Bowl Sunday this weekend, and we have none other than the undisputed greatest wide receiver of all time, Jerry Rice. Man, that's something else, dude. I mean, we're on a roll, dude. So let's get into it because this is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Rice. Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What an
Let's
honor.
go.
First, I want to introduce you to my co-host, Scott Randolph.
How's it going?
And up at the front of the van, we've got the gorgeous Paul Brisky.
Hello, Jerry. How are you?
How about
Oh,
that?
what's up? What's up, Paul?
What's up,
Let's
dude?
Go,
it's
baby.
it's an
Let's
honor
go.
to talk to you.
Do you
Yeah.
like the name Jesus in Cleats?
Oh, that's a little scary.
Okay, go ahead.
Michael Irvin said that back in the day.
Yeah.
And Mike and I, we used to always follow each other. And if Michael had a good day and my day was not as good, I was pissed off. So that was that incentive for me to work a little bit harder the next week. And we sort of like we fed off each other. But then he said, Jerry, you like Jesus and cleats. I said, man, I don't know about that one now.
Yeah, that's it. Now, I got to tell you, Jerry, man, I'm determined to really make an effort to not just kiss your butt this whole time, but you're not making that easy, man. You're not making that easy, dude. We just did a Google search. We asked Google, who is the greatest wide receiver of all time? Okay. And keep in mind that when it comes to basketball, there's debate, man. When it comes to,
Even to quarterbacks in the NFL.
yeah, there's debate. There's no debate, man. Google said Jerry Rice is
Undisputed.
Google said Jerry Rice is the undisputed.
That's scary.
There's no debate there. It's that now.
That's scary.
Yeah, not only are you the undisputed, but you got so many records as a wide receiver that you hold the record for having the most records. Oh, man, it's fantastic. And then not having any, bad information out there about you on or off the field. It's just an airtight ship with you, man. And an honor to do this, particularly right before the Super Bowl.
But you know what? With all the records, with all the accolades, all of that, it was because of my teammates.
All right.
Football is a team sport. And I had a great group of guys that put me in a position where I could be successful on the football field. The greatest quarterback, Joe Montana. Then Steve Young. Receiver, John Taylor. Brent Jones, Roger Craig. All of these guys. And we worked together as a group. As like almost just like an engine together. Right. And if I was not catching the ball, if I'm blocking, I'm trying to spring Roger Craig so he can go 60 to 80 yards. So we sort of like complemented each other. And I think that's why I was able to put up such big numbers is because of my teammates.
Well,
The humble goat over here.
that's
the most Jerry Rice answer.
We're not worthy.
right. Now that's epic. And what fascinates me is I look back at the history of the NFL, the dynasty of the Dallas Cowboys in the early 90s, when it was just a just chaotic mess of cocaine and alcohol, and all these guys are partying all night.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's well documented, Jerry. It's well documented that these guys weren't even getting any sleep before the game. They were partying like crazy, and I wonder, like, if Jerry Rice happened to be a part of that squad, what would that have looked like? I mean,
Well, it wouldn't have been good. I can assure you on that. But God, man, I was one of those guys. I was really shocked when I first came into the NFL because I remember training camp in Rockland, Sacramento. And as a rookie, first time walking in the locker room, and I looked over and I noticed that Freddie Solomon and also Fred Dean, they would go into this little closet, this janitor closet, and they would smoke cigarettes. And I was like, how could you be an athlete and you smoke cigarettes? So that left a mark on me. I was like, wow, I can't believe that. Because, I was one of those well-conditioned guys that was all about being in the best shape that you could be in and always performing at a very high level. And I think that's the reason why I played for over 20 years, because I watched everything that I put in my body, and it's like my body is like my engine.
Yeah.
And it's like every day, the way I practice, it was always 100% because I was conditioning myself in a game situation where the fourth quarter, when everything is on the line.
Yeah.
Now everybody's tired. You hear about Michael Jordan, you hear Larry Bird, all of these guys, LeBron James, Steph Curry. They want to take their last shot. They want to be the one to win that football game, and that's the way I looked at football. I mean, they want to be the one to win that game, and that's the way I look at football. I wanted to be that guy in the fourth quarter where I was in such great shape that I could still perform at a very high level.
Well, not just
and
that.
That's how I condition myself.
Yeah, not just that, but you get to the fourth quarter and now you're stepping it up a notch. Now you're hitting your stride, and that's some incredible
Just
stuff.
getting warmed
man.
up.
I mean, yeah, it's
And guys, my teammates, and the opposing players that I went against, they thought I was crazy because fourth quarter you're tired. So I'm bouncing around, I'm jumping around like, hey, look, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
Hey, because I wanted my fourth quarter to be just like my first quarter.
Yeah.
So it was all about my conditioning, and I think that just gave me longevity for so many years.
I mean, how much of that was truth, and like how much of that was like getting inside the other player's head? Like fourth quarter, you're coming out, you're bouncing around.
I would say probably about 90%.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, even during the off season, I would take 2 weeks off and I'm right back into my regiment. So it's like it's not one of those things where I got out of shape. So I would, right after the season, I would take 2 weeks off, then I'm back into distance work, like running the hill. I have this hill that you guys are invited to run, the infamous hill. It's about, it's about 3 miles up, 3 miles down.
Is that the one you told me about with the rookies?
Yeah. You guys are welcome to run this hill because the last 800 meters is straight uphill.
Where is it?
It's right here. It's right here in the Bay Area. It's right off 280. I remember when Barry Sanders, also Terrell Owens, when he came to the team, he thought he was doing really good until my trainer told me coming up on that last 800 meters that I could go. He couldn't believe that I still had a lot left in the tank where I could finish the way I did. But, that's the way I wanted to finish the fourth quarter. And I was always at my best. You look at a lot of athletes. I'm just going to break this down for you real quick. A lot of athletes, they can't perform when everything is on the line. You look at playoffs, you look at Sunday night football, you look at Monday night football, Super Bowls and stuff like that. I was always at my best. And I think it had a lot to do with how I trained and the type of condition that I was in.
Mm. Yeah, it's a mental game, man. I mean, a lot of people under pressure, they choke, and that's that's a tough spot to be in.
I mean, how do you sleep the night before a Super Bowl? Are you?
I don't.
Don't sleep.
I haven't slept in 30 years.
The reason why I don't sleep is because I'm visualizing what's going to happen the next day. I'm playing the game already in my head because the night before the actual game, we put in like the first 15 plays. So I'm going down that list and I'm looking at my opportunities where I'm going to be able to just impact the game.
Yeah.
So I play this game over and over the night before. The day of the game, all right, it's a long day because the Super Bowl is not till late that evening. and I can't eat because I'm so nervous. I got butterflies. Anything that goes in my stomach is going to come back up. So it's a long day for me. So I always go over to the stadium on the first bus. So I go over to the stadium, Super Bowl 23. I think it's against the Cincinnati Bengals. I get to the stadium, I put my uniform on, and I fall asleep on the table. And because I'm tired. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired. I've been up all night and I have played this game over and over in my head. My teammates are walking by and they're saying, man, what's that with Jerry? This is the Super Bowl and he's sleeping.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's cool.
I had prepared the right way and I was ready to go, and I went out and I was able to do some great things on the football field. And I also, that was my most valuable player football Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. So you took a nap and then woke up and got the MVP in the Super Bowl.
It was time to go to work, man. It was time to go to work.
That's fantastic, man. Now you and I met. Now, it's crazy that it's been over 10 years now, but we met in Las Vegas at an MMA awards, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, dude, I just met Jerry Rice, dude. That's epic. And what a nice guy. So cool. And another thing is that we were both on Dancing with the Stars. You got in there on that on season 2. So,
yeah, they didn't pay me enough. Hey, what did they pay you?
I think what was I think it was like 125,000.
Okay.
He's like, maybe they did pay me enough.
Oh, damn, that's so funny, man.
That's so cool.
That's so funny. You know, you got extra money because you did better. You made it all the way to the end. They keep throwing more money at you if you stay in.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you though, man. That was like, it's like a fish out of water.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
I mean, going into that, I didn't think it was going to be that difficult. But then it's like all of a sudden, you're practicing for so many hours. And then when I got to the semifinals, I was going 4 in the morning, 4 in the evening. And still, I did not win that ugly trophy.
Yeah, well, you got second place. That's pretty good.
Man, I don't like getting second place.
Jerry says I fucking lost.
I know. Yeah. But that trophy wouldn't have looked good behind you. I mean, those all look pretty cool back there.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. And this is like my little getaway, guys. This is my bus from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Epic.
Wow.
It's like that's the most elite group, once you get selected into that. But, all the Super Bowls, all the playoff games, all the regular season games, it was something. It was just really special. And it's something I'll never forget because I never thought, that I would get the opportunity from, coming from Mississippi. And I got the opportunity to live a dream.
Well, damn right, man.
And I heard you on Howard Stern. You were talking like you weren't an athlete as a kid until high school, right?
Yeah, I was playing hooky, man. I didn't want to go to class that day. So I'm behind this building and I'm just hiding out. And the principal walks up behind me, scared me. He scared me and he noticed I could run really fast. But we got disciplined a certain way in Mississippi. And you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So after that, he wanted me to go out for the football team, and I went out and I just gave it my best shot, and I became a starter. And after that, I went on to a predominant black school, Mississippi Valley State University, where they threw the ball like 90% of the time, and still not thinking that I would get the opportunity to get drafted. Then I get the call from the greatest coach ever, Bill Walsh, saying, "Hey, we're gonna make you the 16th player in the first round." Then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, my God, is this really going to happen? So, okay, I get drafted. I'm the 16th player taken. I'm in Jackson, Mississippi. I go out to the car wash, and I'm washing my car. I'm washing my car. Everybody coming up, congratulating me, doing all that, because now you got to, after later on that evening, you got to jump on an airplane, and you got to fly to San Francisco. So I had never flown before.
Oh,
I had never
wow.
been on air.
Wow.
That's a good first flight.
So that
You
day,
know, when someone's scared to death.
You're like, I'll run to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Thanks.
okay, so you get the call about you're in the first round draft pick, and you said you went right over to wash your car. What kind of car were you washing that day?
I had a 300 ZX.
A 300
Okay,
ZX.
cool.
Wait, what is that?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
It's like it's a fast car. It's red. It's sort of cool. You know what I'm saying? It makes a statement when you're driving it. And so
It's like a Magnum PI car.
yeah. So I'm watching this car, and everybody's like, "Man, I can't believe he's out washing his car right now," and he just got drafted.
Right.
Wow.
And so 300 ZX. What is that? Like a BMW?
No, it's a smaller car, man. It's you know, it's sort of like it's sort of flashy. It's
a
just
little
like
sports
my
car.
uniform. At Mississippi Valley State, my uniform had to fit a certain way. It was all about, you know, the colors, the green, the red, and all that. Same way with San Francisco. I always had to have a new pair of shoes, new pair of socks, pants. Jersey had to fit a certain way. So it's all about the appearance.
Right.
So
Okay.
what'd you do with your first paycheck? Did you buy a new car?
No, you know what I did? I bought my parents a home in Starkville, Mississippi.
Oh, man,
that's so badass.
Because
Good
that
move.
was like a dream come true for me, because I always had told my mom that I would, you know, the first thing that I would do is buy them a new home, and I was able to do that. And you know, it's like when I had 5 brothers and 2 sisters. Man, it's like you get those calls.
Yeah.
You know, you're always getting those calls. So I appreciate you guys for helping me out, because now I can give them some money.
That's cool.
That's so crazy. Now we read, you probably hear it all the time. I don't want to beat you up with the same old information, but that your dad in Mississippi was a bricklayer, and they say that you developed your skills as a wide receiver by catching bricks that your brothers were throwing you.
Yeah, I would be on the scaffold that's about 20 feet in the air. My brothers, they would throw the bricks up. They would throw them 2 at a time. They would separate, and I would snatch them out of the air. And I think the thing is, my father was a bricklayer, and it was very demanding work. And if I didn't do my job, you know, my father, he was a tough guy. And so I knew I had to work hard every day. But yeah, you know, being able to snatch those bricks out of the air, and just the meaning of hard work. I think I got that from my parents. And then once I got to the NFL, I already had that drive.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to outwork you. I might not be the most talented guy, but my route running, because I used to watch Dwight Clark, Freddie Solomon, how those guys would come out of their routes and get separation. It's like, route running for me is like, I want to be able to go full bore 100% and come out of my route in 2 steps. So it's almost like you're dropping your hips, you're dropping everything, and you're not making all those choppy steps. Because if you make too many choppy steps, defensive back's going to be able to break on the ball, and they're going to take it the other direction. So my thing was all about my route running, being able to drop my hips and come out of my cuts, you know, like I wanted to.
Yeah.
Are you talking crap the whole time, or are you keeping pretty quiet when you're on the field?
Oh, no. I'm a quiet guy. I don't talk noise or anything. But if a defensive back is talking noise at me, the best way to get back at him is to score a touchdown on him. Then you score another touchdown on him.
Yeah.
Then you score another touchdown on him.
Yeah. Actions speak louder than words.
Who was the best crap talker in the NFL?
God, you know what? I would say Deion Sanders. He could make it seem like he's your best friend, but then it's like all of a sudden, if you fall for that, then he tries to take advantage of you. So I remember one game in Atlanta. He was with the Atlanta Falcons, and we had broke the huddle at the line of scrimmage. He wanted to shake my hand. I'm like, are you serious? Before they snap the ball, I said, you want to shake my hand now? I said, that's not going to work. We're enemies right now. So it was always, I always had to put together my best effort. He always challenged me, but we looked forward to going against each other because I knew he was the best to ever play the game. Also, Darryl Green, the same way. And you look for challenges like that. And all, like during the week, the way you prepare, the work that goes into it. If you don't practice hard during the week, it's not going to happen for you during the football game. All of a sudden, you can't just decide, okay, I'm going to turn that switch on now. You have to do that over and over again during the week. It was all about the preparation. That put me in a position where I could win on the football field.
Wow.
Now, after you retired, wouldn't it have seemed like the obvious move would be to get behind the commentating desk? Like,
no, I think I'm too critical. I'll be way too critical because if someone is not loving what they do or they're not giving 100%, I'm gonna call that individual out. Because we get the opportunity where we live a dream, and you get paid for it, and you get the opportunity where you can entertain over 60,000 people. You can bring so much excitement to one individual just by catching a football.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool.
That's something special.
I mean, that just tells me that you would have been even better at commentating. But it's interesting because Jerry Rice, I can't even wait for people to find out that we got you on our little Wild Ride RV podcast. Is the fucking weekend of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I mean, tell us about what you did for the Super Bowl this year.
Man, I'm gonna tell you,
You're catching burritos. You're pretty good at
burritos. Frito-Lay with Marshawn Lynch. I mean, that's a real cool commercial because they just let Marshawn do whatever the hell he wants to do, and I love it.
Yeah.
So doing that, then the burrito catch. That was the last catch for me, over 100 yards. That thing was so high in the air, and it felt like a brick when it hit my hand. And God, the thing about that too is that 1,549 receptions. That was 1,550. Catching a burrito.
That felt like a brick.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Back to your
roots.
roots.
Like a brick, but it was very challenging, and I knew I needed to make that catch. We were at this high school, and everyone still social distance. They did all of that, but people they heard the word got around that I was at the football field, so people started to come out. So they were standing up against the fence way from me, and I knew I had to make that catch for them, and I was able to do it in about 8 tries.
Wow,
It's cool.
Now that catching the burrito is a different commercial than the Frito-Lay.
Oh yes,
It's
yes,
Postmates.
it is.
Right.
Yes, it is.
That's the Postmates commercial. And then we got the Frito-Lay commercial.
Yeah, with Marshawn Lynch, and it brought a lot of quarterbacks. It had the Mannings,
Deion Sanders.
Terry Bradshaw.
Was Montana there?
Deion Sanders, all of that, and had Montana in there. Montana and I, we just rehashing some old times. With Joe, man, I'm gonna tell you something about Joe. We were like just Dorito chips, just trying to make field goals, just plucking it with our finger and stuff like that. Joe doesn't want to lose. I mean, okay, I'm like, Joe, I played with you, man. We're cool, okay? I played with you. I felt like I needed goggles or something like that because he was trying to put my eye out.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, his accuracy is still there. So, we had a fun time just doing that commercial too.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude.
You have any predictions for the Super Bowl?
I think it's going to be a great football game. And guys, who would have thought this? I mean, Tom Brady leaves the
Damn.
Patriots, goes to Tampa Bay, takes that team to the Super Bowl. Also, they're the host team. First time in history, 10th Super Bowl. This is his opportunity for his 7th Super Bowl ring, over 90,000 yards passing, over 600 touchdowns or more, over 44 playoff games, and he's 43.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Could make every throw. He could be Michael Jordan. He can look you off and still throw the ball to you. He got great weapons in Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and all of those guys. And I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. But if I had to pick someone, I don't know.
Well,
It can go either way.
the line, last I saw, favored Kansas City Chiefs by 3 points. So it's
But
close.
You know, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you, because the thing is, once you get to the Super Bowl, anything can happen. The team that prepares the best way, that's more focused and ready to play, is going to win that football game. Now, will that be the Chiefs or the Bucks? I can't tell you, but it's all about the preparation. Super Bowl 23, the preparation against the Bengals. 24 against the Broncos. Then Super Bowl 29 against the Chargers. We prepared a certain way. We knew that we were ready to play, and now you got to take that to the football field.
Yeah.
I would assume the mental game is huge for that. And if you think about Tom Brady, he's been in so many Super Bowls, but the rest of that Buccaneers team hasn't necessarily played in all these Super Bowls. So like they might be like, oh, it's the Super Bowl, and maybe,
Choke
blow
under
it.
pressure.
Yeah.
I talk about that it factor a lot. Tom Brady got that it factor.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes got that it factor. They make everybody better around them. And I'm sure he's going to have that team ready. And the intensity, the speed of the game is going to go to a whole different level. This is everything here. This is why we play the game. And you hear guys say, well, I'm not going to let the Super Bowl dictate my career. I played professional football to win Super Bowls. And I would have been very disappointed if I hadn't, won a Super Bowl, and I was fortunate to win 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much do you think COVID would have affected, like, just playing in the Super Bowl without as many people in the audience? Would it not at all?
It doesn't matter now. I understand the staple of the game will be for, the fans to be in the stands to enjoy this. But the players know. The players are just like, say, the horses from the Kentucky Derby. Those horses know when it's race day.
Mm-hmm.
They know when it's time to go. And those players, when it comes Sunday, they know that, hey, look, everything is on the line. We have to play our best football, and we have to work together as a cohesive group, because there's no I in team. It's all about teamwork. And if you do that, you have a chance of winning.
That's
yeah,
cool.
man. I got a question that I'm really interested to get your take on. With the, all this publicity, all of this new science about the concussions, the CTE, it seems like naturally now parents are a little bit reluctant. Like they're not so sure about putting their kids into football leagues. So do you think that affects the long-term future of the NFL, that fewer kids are getting into football at a younger age?
Yeah, I think the game is so protected today. And because when we played, it was more like a gladiator sport. Because if you got hit and you got knocked out or something like that, if you could answer what you had for breakfast, what was the last play call or something like that, you were right back in the ball game. Now you look at what happens when a player might get concussed or something like that. They take his helmet, they take him into the tent, and they do all that. Now, are parents going to let their kids play football at a very young age? I don't think so now. I think they're going to wait till later. And where they're more developed,
Right.
There's not going to be any Pop Warner and stuff like that. If it's Pop Warner, it's probably going to be flag football or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the sport is in a better place now than it was back in the day, because we were just out there trying to establish ourselves, and we knew that it was going to be a physical contest. You look at wide receivers now, after 5 yards, you can't put your hands on them anymore. I remember it used to be a fight all the way downfield. And if I was on the left side and the ball was being thrown to the right side, I was still getting hit on the back side. So you can't do that anymore. And I feel like the game is so much more well protected now.
That's good. Do you think that somebody I was talking to is actually my fiance's brother, saying, we told him that we were going to talk to you, and it's just all caps. Jerry Rice is the man, and all this, and he had an interesting comment that that Jerry played in a different era where they weren't throwing the ball the way they throw it today. Like, what does that mean? Like, are the quarterbacks throwing the ball different today?
No, because it's the run pass option. It's all about the pass in the NFL now. The ball is in the air over 90% of the time. When I ran, when I played back in the day in my era, I probably got maybe 5 opportunities where the ball was being thrown my way, and I had to capitalize off that. Now you got guys getting over 10 or more opportunities.
Right.
So, the ball is in the air more. And I knew the importance of every ball that was thrown to me. So I was one of those guys. I didn't like dropping footballs. I could have a game where I had 5 receptions over, 150 yards. And if I dropped one, I would always think about that one. So I never had that perfect game. But yeah, I think in football today, these guys are getting more opportunities, and the ball is in the air like 90% of the time.
So that's what my brother, my soon-to-be brother-in-law was saying, was that not only do you have all these records as a wide receiver, but that your records mean more because you caught so many more passes, got so many more receiving yards than now, where there's so many more receiving yards to get.
Yeah, I get asked all the time. They said, how many balls would you catch in the new era? I never try to compare the two.
Right.
Because I played in an era where, you had to establish yourself on the football field. It was going to be a dogfight. If you went across the middle, you had linebackers and everything, linebackers trying to take your head off. So, and knowing that defensive coordinators all week long, defensive coordinators, they prepare to stop you all week. And when you're able to go out there during a football game and still be productive, knowing that they have prepared for you all week long, but they still can't stop you. That's gratifying to me. That showed me that, hey, look, all the work that I was putting in during the week is paying off for me.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I have a question. I don't know that much about football, admittedly. Is there a reason that the game changed in that way, that went from a running game to a passing game?
I think they wanted players from college to be able to get acclimated quicker. Because that's what they run in college, the run pass option. Okay. So now you get these guys graduate from college and go into the NFL. They're already ready to play, and so they can be productive right from the start.
Got you. Okay.
Right. I just want to ask you, Jerry. This logo on your shirt looks like it's the same logo on your hat. Is that something that we need to tell people about? Is this a clothing line that people need to be purchasing?
Yeah, this is my clothing line. This is my goat fuel, the greatest of all time. But the thing is, no. Listen. Let me give you a backstory on it. But the greatest of all time doesn't just, it's just not for athletes. Like during this pandemic, the frontline workers, what you guys do. You guys are goats because it's like you guys are daring to be great. So that's my that's my belief behind goat fuel. And I always wanted to put something out there that was a little bit healthier. And I think I have done that. We started this about a year ago. We have 4 flavors, and we got 4 more flavors that are going to come out later on. But in 20 years, man, it was all about what I put in my body. It's the same thing with Goat Fuel. And you can go to goatfuel.com.
That's Goat
for more
Fuel.
information.
And what is Goat Fuel? Is it an energy drink?
An energy drink. So there's probably about 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Woo.
All right.
I love it.
So just like a cup of coffee, but it's
How much
healthier.
sugar?
No sugar.
Well, there you go.
No sugar, no preservative. God, it's crazy because the thing that we really added in here that really make us different from any other energy drink is that we put in cordyceps mushrooms. We noticed that these goats in the Himalayas, that, they were running around, they had all of this energy and stuff like that. And we like, you know what? We did our research, so we decided to incorporate that into Goat Fuel. And it's just all about the mindset. And I think with people coming out of this pandemic, they're going to watch everything that goes into their body. And they know, for me, my work ethic and what I stood for over the years, it was all about health.
That's
right.
cool.
So we're going to goatfuel.com to purchase ourselves some of these 4 flavors of energy drinks.
Hey, buddy, you just give me the okay. We'll send it to you.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love
I want to
it.
try
Man,
some.
yeah, dude, I love it, man. I'll get behind that. Are there any retail establishments that have it on the shelf?
GNC. We also we get ready to do something with the UFC gyms.
Yeah.
Also, Mitchell Company. I got about 37 counties in Mississippi.
That's cool.
And this is really starting to catch on. And my thing too is like when I get up in the morning, it's all about my regimen, working out and stuff like that. And I like to inspire people. And a lot of my GOAT family, they're on board, man. They wait, because I like to respond back to them, say, hey, have a great day, GOAT. Because it's not just about athletes, man. It's about what people trying to do in life.
Right.
And if I can inspire them to go out and be the greatest of all time on that given day, I feel like I have done my part.
That's
There
cool.
it is. And what about the clothing line, man? Now I kind of put it together that it's a goat.
Yeah, you go to the website, then it has all of that right on there too. www.goatfuel.com.
Goat Fuel. So that's the Goat Fuel clothing line that you're wearing right there.
Yes.
All right, man. And so you were pretty careful when we asked you predictions for the Super Bowl. You didn't go one way or another. Are you staying out of it? You don't want to pick a team. You don't have a favorite.
No, you know what? Because I really don't know, to be honest with you, because I think once it gets to this level, you have the experts. They always going to predict who they feel like is going to win, and they're like supposed to be the experts,
Right.
And they end up wrong.
Right, but it's a different question. It's a different question from who do you think is going to win to ask you, who do you want to win? Who are you rooting for? Because what we have here this Sunday is old versus new. There's no two ways about it. You got the old Tom Brady, you got the young Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but I like both guys. I like Patrick Mahomes.
Stay neutral.
Hey, don't try to put that pressure on me.
It's a very diplomatic, classy answer, Jerry Rice.
That's
and
funny.
I think I like both guys too. Part of me thinks, man, I don't want to see $500 million go to waste and let the young kid win. But then part of me thinks, dude, I'm an old guy myself. Go
Right.
Geezers, man. Go Geezers.
TB12.
I can guarantee you one thing. Hey, I can guarantee you one thing. The team that prepares the right way, that's focused, have paid attention to detail, that team is going to win.
So which team do you think prepared the right way?
Well, here you got the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. And where did the Bucks place last year? They make the
I would have
playoffs.
to go. Hey, I would have to go and practice with both teams.
Awesome,
funny.
man. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. I'm actually going to be in Tampa because my buddy Shaquille O'Neal is flying me out there to be a part of this Shaq Bowl. So everybody listening, I want you to tune in to the Shaq Bowl to watch me and all kinds of celebrities mess around, and that's the pregame show. And then we got, of course, the Super Bowl, 6 p.m. Eastern, and be watching for Jerry Rice's 2 commercials, right? Is it just 2 commercials?
Yeah, it's just that big Frito-Lay.
Okay,
commercial.
but what about Postmates? That's where you cut the burrito. Is that not a...
Well, you know, they started airing that a while. I don't know if they're going to take it to. I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if they
Gotcha.
have.
If they got that kind of money.
I'm just going
Staying neutral. Yeah.
Neutral on that too.
Right.
Steve, and Steve has another buddy that wanted to say hi, and he was gushing about you.
Oh, yeah, I do. My buddy Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is so cool, man. Hey, let him know he's a goat, man.
Oh, dude, I'm on an episode of his show. It's on the USA Network. This is coming up on February 15th. He's going to be actually the guest after you next week. We're putting you up tomorrow, my man. And then a week from tomorrow is Stone Cold Steve Austin. So we just talked to him, and he said, oh, man, tell Jerry Rice how much I respect his career, how much I love that guy. But in any case, man, it's been a real honor, Jerry. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
thank you guys so much. All I ask is for you guys to make me look good, and that's it. But
I don't think
I'm
we
honored
can.
to have had the opportunity to be on the show with you, and all you guys are goats, man. Just keep on living your dream and just keep working hard. Okay?
Oh yeah,
Thank
man.
you so much.
I don't think we could make you look bad, Jerry. And to everybody who's still listening, everybody who's watching, if you're not watching the Super Bowl this Sunday with a goat fuel drink in your hand, wearing a goat fuel shirt, then you're just not doing it right.
You're just not the goat.
So get to goatfuel.com, man. Get over there and get yourself stocked up. Thanks, Jerry.
Okay. My
Peace,
pleasure,
Jerry.
guys.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Jerry.
man.
All right. Everybody shush it. Now, was that awesome or what? For God's sakes, the undisputed greatest of all time. And I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I spilled the beans. Next week is Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dude, we're on a roll, man. Everybody chill out. They're telling, yeah, everybody's excited for the Super Bowl around here. They're telling me that it's time for some treatsies. Yay! Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Come on, love us again. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Sheckler.
You
Yeah, dude. Fucking right on, bro.
stoked, man.
Dude, so psyched. Right here in the RV is like 100 skateboards. I turned myself pro, got the Steve-O skateboard right here in my hand. I have not yet set foot on it, and we're parked right outside Ryan's training facility. That's what you call it?
Oh yeah, I mean skate park, training facility, whatever you want to call it, man. We use it for everything, man. So
You turned yourself pro.
Yeah.
Has it ever been done before in the history of skateboarding?
I'm sure people have turned themselves pro.
I mean,
Right.
they might have turned themselves pro, but no one turns pro and then prints 100 of their own board and signs them.
Dude, I went into the actual manufacturer and signed every one of them before they were shrink wrapped.
Okay.
Is that something you're going to do the whole time? You're always
I
going to
don't
do
know,
that?
dude. Dude, it was a lot of fucking work, man.
Was
I
it?
bet.
Yeah, dude. Imagine how many boards Tony has to sign. Or like, dude, whenever we have to do like or we do a cool, drop for Plan B, it's like 1,000 boards, and you think it's nothing to really sign 1,000, but
Right.
once you have you forget how much 100 skateboards weighs. Like that's a lot of weight.
I know.
And then to unwrap them, sign them, rewrap them, re-put them back in the box, like it's gnarly.
Well, dude, he just signed. How many prints did you just sign last night?
Well, the last couple days I signed 1,260 prints of those wall ride photos.
Oh, sick. Yeah, that photo turned out rad. I was hyped to be there that day, dude. That
and
was
that's
cool.
only half of, we got 2,500 of them.
Were you signing shit at 13, Ryan?
Dude, you're probably signing
Yeah.
shit at 8.
Yeah.
At 8?
Yeah, it was crazy because, like, dude, I started competing when I was 7, and from there, I really realized how much I enjoyed competing. It was super scary to me, but it was also like it was like a mental challenge to overcome the nerves that I was feeling, I guess. And dude, before contests, I would have to go behind the ramps and I would like cry because I was so nervous.
Wow.
And it wasn't because I didn't want to be there. It was just because I like cared so damn much. And yeah, from that point on, dude, it was just like kept moving up in the ranks in the California Amateur Skateboarding League, and then won the factory division, which was like the sponsored division when I was 12, and then that got me invited to X Games and Slam City Jam and the Vans Triple Crown, and I think there was one more like Gravity Games. And that year of 13, man, I won every single pro contest, and I only won, man, because I was having fun. There was no expectations. There was nothing on my mind except for I was just a stoked little kid that got the opportunity to go skate with the best dudes that I looked up to. And it just worked out. It just worked out. I couldn't fall. It was weird.
You're saying you won every pro contest when you were 13?
Yeah, every pro contest that there was the 13th year of my life, which was
So Tampa Pro?
2003. That's the only one. That's the only one I didn't get invited to because Tampa was weird about you had to be pro to be in the Tampa Pro. And so I skated Tampa Am earlier that year because it's like the first contest of the year. And didn't do very well, and then ended up winning all the pro contests.
Epic, dude.
Jesus, dude.
So, man, I think I was so excited about doing this with you because, I mean, for a million reasons, obviously, but what a huge part of my history you played by being on the cover of the issue of Big Brother magazine,
Yeah.
which fired up all this controversy. And for anybody who doesn't know what Big Brother magazine is, this was a skateboarding magazine which was for no purpose other than to just be filthy, inappropriate, just bad. Like they just did all this bad shit. And it was the people who ran Big Brother magazine who went on to start Jackass. So this is like the origins of Jackass. And the cover of Big Brother that had Ryan Sheckler on it. How old were you then?
I was 8.
8. So,
Yeah.
Was that your first front cover?
That was my first cover, but like the fact that it was Big Brother, who was also run by Hustler magazine, Larry Flint.
Well, no, but that's the thing. That was the it wasn't yet owned by Larry Flint.
Oh, it wasn't yet.
It wasn't. And the thing was, Big Brother was all controversial to begin with. Like, they had these articles on like the 10 most effective ways to kill yourself, and they were dead serious about it.
Dude, yeah. I wasn't allowed to read it. I wasn't at all allowed to read anything that was in that magazine. I could look at the cover, and that was it.
Even the covers were wildly inappropriate.
But even the magazine you're on the cover of, you couldn't read. You
No,
weren't allowed
absolutely
to.
not. No, it was all over the
Absolutely not.
news. Like, it was on the
Wow.
news, and it was like, because then the reporters started actually reading the interview questions that they were like asking these, I don't think I was the youngest. There was like a 6-year-old, and then it went up to like 13 and 14. But like, the 12 and 13-year-olds are asking them about like,
do you have pubic hair?
Yeah, like,
would you fuck your mom?
Yeah,
like if it would magically make you a pro skateboarder, would you fuck your own
Who was
mother?
that, Chris Naracco?
Who knows, dude? It was just like,
Wow.
And so already Big Brother magazine was in all kinds of trouble anyway.
Yeah.
But then when now they got the fucking kids, it was called the kids issue.
yeah,
It's purely fucking kids, and Big Brother's doing its thing. So it's all over the news. There's all this outrage.
it was crazy.
Wow.
There's so much controversy in the media about Big Brother magazine for the kids issue that Larry Flint, the famous pornographer, Hustler magazine guy, who's a big First Amendment dude, he heard of it. He says, man, I fucking dig this. So Larry Flint buys Big Brother magazine. Now there's like 27 porno magazines and one skateboard magazine, like put out by Larry Flint.
Yeah.
And dude, the irony of it was that before Larry Flint bought it, it was filled with actual nudity, all kinds of, and then once Larry Flint bought it, then the no more nudity, and they actually cleaned it up a little bit.
That was a rule Larry Flint made, like no
Yeah,
nudity?
because that's illegal.
Oh, okay.
It was just a fucking illegal thing, dude.
Uh-huh.
And It was Ryan's cover.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
Ryan's issue got the attention of Larry Flint. Larry Flint bought it. It became a bigger, more thing. And then Jackass started because of that.
Wow.
So-
all because of you, Ryan.
All
Look
because
at that.
of Ryan.
It was wild, man. It's like the only time you could ever get a melon grab on the cover of a magazine. And dude, it was 8 years old, man. I had no idea. But yeah, Dave Carney and all the boys. Yeah, those were wild times, man.
Dude,
Chris Noracco.
did you see the documentary about Big Brother magazine?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's fucking crazy, man.
I still haven't seen it. Where can you see it at?
It's
Hulu?
on Hulu. It's called Dumb, and it's the story of Big Brother magazine. And really, what it is a Jackass origin story. And the thing about Jackass is it's like kind of wholesome because like we're not mean to anybody else. We only really do fucked up shit to ourselves. Like it's in a good spirit. But Big Brother magazine was not that way, dude. And when I went to the premiere for the Dumb documentary, like it fucking shook me up. I was like, dude, you put that whole story all into one documentary, and it's like upsetting how fucking awful it was. It's just bad shit. Not a good spirit, all bad things.
Jeez.
Yeah. But so that's when you were 8. You turned pro when you were 13.
Yeah.
Then how old were you when you got the MTV show? Like 16?
I was just turning 17, so we went through the whole like doing the doing the pilot episode. I had just turned 17 when they actually were like, okay, we're gonna do this, and we want 3 seasons. And at that point, like, I didn't really know much about television, but I figured 3 seasons is pretty good, and we had fun.
Super good.
Yeah, we had we had fun, but it was a super controversial time in my life, because I was known as like a contest skater. I had a couple video parts, and I was doing really well. Like I was known as a skateboarder, and then this opportunity came up where we were already like flying crazy places, like flying private, and having parties and having fun, but still winning the contest. And they picked up on that, and like the dynamic between me and my family and me and my friends was like, it was entertaining. It was definitely entertaining, and they wanted it. And so we did it, and the first season was awesome, man. We were getting like 2.6 million viewers per episode, roughly. We were on Friday night at like 10 o'clock, so it was like, and that's when you had to like sit at home and watch TV, It wasn't like no social media or anything like that. We were actually getting like 2 million, authentic views, which was crazy. And so MTV ate it up. I ate it up too, because it was like now all of a sudden we're like have budget to actually go take a private plane to a contest, which was crazy. Showing up at a contest with 4 camera guys and the PAs and the sound guys, and like we had a posse deep of 25 always. So it was just a scene, and did the show, but in the actual skateboarding community, it caused a little bit of an uproar, like people were truly convinced that I was like destroying skateboarding, and my whole thing was like, man, skateboarding is such a freedom, and it's based on how you feel on your board, how I feel on my board. It's such an individual sport that like not one person can destroy something that's so pure and so like free for everyone.
Yeah.
And
What were you
Yeah.
destroying about
that's
it?
just people being haters.
and I realize that now. I'm 30 now, and it's crazy thinking that the show was 12 years ago, 13 years ago. What was I destroying? I don't know. At that point, I couldn't even tell, man. All I thought was that I was introducing skateboarding to kids that would have never otherwise picked it up or even were curious about it, But they were watching
Yeah.
MTV, so they saw it, and I don't know, man. It was a weird time, but I don't regret it at all, If anything, it's created such an incredible fan base for me that has stuck around since I was a kid. And it was a show before it wasn't a crazy show, Yeah, there was drama and there was things of that nature, but I always kept my morals and how I wanted my family to be treated. I kept that super straight the whole time, and I treated my family with the utmost respect. And especially like, dude, MTV's wet dream was my parents getting a divorce on the show, and I had no idea that was going to happen. I couldn't even see it coming, honestly.
Really?
And my parents split up, and I was destroyed, bro. I was destroyed. And so that was,
How
What
old were-
season was that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
that would have been like it might have been in the second season.
So you're like 18 when your parents split?
No, I was My parents split when I was 17, so I had like 4 months left of being 17 to like buy. I just remember because I wanted to move out immediately. You know, like they got divorced and I wanted out.
Because of that.
Yeah.
How much time was in between filming seasons? Would you like film a season, then you're off for like 9 months, and then film
No,
again, or
man.
you just kept filming back to back?
We filmed back to back.
Yeah.
It was all back. That's how we got 3 seasons done before I was even 19. You
Right.
know? And by the 3rd season, I was over it. You know, I was just over it. It was crazy. Of like, you know how it goes, dude. Like I was waking up to 3 cameras almost every day, and it was like a Monday through Friday thing, and then, you know, having to like reshoot breaking up with girls that I really cared about, you know, and it was
really?
like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Whoa! So you broke up with a girl, and they were like, "Can we get that again? One more?"
Yeah, and that happened twice, dude. And I was like, man, fuck this, dude. Like,
Oh my God.
Were you like, are you serious? Are you like
Yeah.
contractually you have to?
I
or-
mean, I didn't even know if it was contractually. I wasn't even thinking like that. Then I was just like, man, I guess if it's like,
fuck.
so I
dude.
would like take the mic off, go explain to my girlfriend what had just happened. And like, still we're breaking up. Like we're broke up, but I need you to be a team player. And like,
Whoa.
I need you to be a team player.
we got to break up again.
Who broke up with who? You broke up with her?
I had to break. I was always breaking up with the girls.
Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Man.
It was rough, dude. It was rough. It was rough for sure. But, you know, I don't take any of it for granted. It was a wild experience, you know. It definitely shaped a lot of who I am today and experiences that I somewhat don't want to get back into. I've been offered to do a TV show again. I'm like, nah, you know, like I'm working on our own things in here, doing the Sandlot Times. So it's like, it's a lot more fun and it's a lot more 100% of our control. That's the main thing.
dude.
We need to have control of what we're putting out.
So, did your skateboarding? It didn't suffer at all for the MTV show going on.
I don't think it suffered at all. If anything, I think it made me skate even gnarlier because I knew I had a huge audience watching me skate. You know, it's like you do these video parts and, you know, maybe a couple million people see them over years. But like, man, we were having a couple million people watching skateboarding every Friday. And so I was
Right.
like hyped.
Plus, that's just the first time it airs. Then you've got all the reruns. Like MTV played a million times. So by the time the show's run its course, with all the reruns included, like way more people.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so like I was psyched. I was like, man, and my skating was on point. Like, dude, it was the glory years for sure. Like 15 to 20, 23, 24 was like, those are the best years of my life that I think of, you know, skating wise. And now, you know, it's like went through the sobriety thing and, you know, got caught up with drinking and had to figure that whole side out. And, you know, at 30 right now, being sober and fully comfortable in my skin and who I am, now I feel like the second chapter of my life is 10 times better than that first one. I feel way more confident now and just more comfortable with my skateboarding, and there's no second guessing. And so, you know, I'm working on a Red Bull video part right now that to me is the best skateboarding that I've ever done.
Dude, it's so rad. I asked you last week, like what it's been like with your injuries, and you reeled off like
Yeah,
a
bro.
pretty horrifying. But despite all of your injuries, actually, just run them down real quick.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, the most recent one, I broke both my ankles and fractured my L1 in my back on one fall, fell 16 feet, and completely had to get reconstructive surgery on the right ankle. The left ankle kind of just like smashed together. So I didn't need surgery on that. No back surgery. Broke my left elbow 6 times, right elbow 4 times with plates and screws in here. Liz Frank injury on my right foot, completely separated the first metatarsal and had to get that. That took over a year to heal. Both MCLs, both meniscus.
Jesus.
Just got MRIs today for my ACL, my left knee. Concussions, 3 concussions, 2 of them hospitalized. And like, dude, it doesn't matter. I get more angry at myself that I'm like, fuck, you let yourself get hurt again. Like, okay, physical therapy, we'll be back in, 3 months, 6 months at the most. But
And despite all the injuries, like, I mean, I've seen you skate. Like, it's not.
It doesn't affect me, you know. It's like, even with this knee that I'm dealing with right now, is like, it's not really a big deal. It's only a big deal if I'm like jumping off something big and I catch it a weird way and it sends this like nerve pain from my hip all the way down to my toes, and then I just got to lay down, kind of let it chill for 10 minutes, and then all the feeling comes back, and then I can skate again while the adrenaline's high. But, you know, sometimes I have to take a day off, and I only got MRI today just because I've been like curious, like, why does it allow me to skate, but then sometimes it doesn't. So it's a weird thing, man. And the more you get injured, the more you realize about your body.
Dude, Wendy for sure.
Oh, Wendy just farted for sure.
Hey, that's a wild ride first.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
So relaxed.
That's a dog fart.
Yeah, dude. Wendy
Ooh.
farted big time, man.
Wow, I'm so glad. I've never been more happy to be up in the front of the van here.
I'm
Keep
sorry
blowing
about
the wind
that.
back here.
Hey, can you turn on the fan
Oh,
up there?
my
It's on.
God, Wendy,
Yeah,
look at her.
It's on. The fan up
She's
there is
proud of
on.
herself.
She busted ass, dude.
Shit
Dude, I
herself,
think it's starting to
dude.
get to me.
Oh my God, can you turn it up a notch?
Or maybe open up the door.
Jesus.
Oh, we're in uncharted waters right
Jesus
here.
Christ.
All right, I'm going to open up the door a little bit.
Okay.
I'm
We
gonna
good?
I'm gonna turn this up a little.
I got dogs, man. It's dot.
Dude, I set up this board today and just started daydreaming about tricks that I want to pull in your spot here.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get you in there.
That step up.
Step
that,
up to
that,
board
the one
slide.
the step up that I ollied last time.
Yep.
I want to kickflip that.
I know you do. I saw you. I know you do, and I want you to do that as well.
That clip they played of you on Ridiculousness, where I think you kick flipped over the 14-foot landing or something
Yeah,
like that.
Costco gap. Yeah,
I mean, was that the first attempt, or is that because that fucking was gnarly?
that was the fourth attempt. That was the fourth attempt on that one, and that day played out super crazy. We had been partying the night before, and that's one of those tricks where, like, any of my super big tricks, I don't plan to go do them. I have to wake up and be feeling a certain way and just fucking amped up. And I woke up and I was amped up, and I hit up the photographer and hit up my filmer, and I was like, hey, I want to go, because I had ollied it previously, and it took me 5 tries to ollie it, like 4 years before that, for an Oakley video that I was doing. And so I just randomly woke up and thought about that spot. We showed up there, and my whole deal was like, if I don't ollie it first try, today's not the day. And I ollied it first try and stomped it and was like, okay, I guess today's the day. And yeah, 4 tries, and like the attempts for it are gnarly. Like,
yeah.
I exploded. And the one I rolled away from was just like, I couldn't have done it any better.
Yeah,
I couldn't have done
you
it any
seen
better.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, it's
You
that's,
landed it so clean, and then your knees went straight to your chest, and you just popped up. And
Yeah.
it was like,
I mean, and even on the roll away, like, I couldn't believe I was rolling away. 'Cause that was at the ultimate. I think that was as much impact as I could possibly take.
yeah. And you said one of your buddies just jumped off it, and
Wasn't
he broke
even a-
both of his legs.
Yeah, it wasn't even a buddy, dude. It was just some random dude that my homies were like, hey, you have to check out this kid on YouTube. He was talking about me, saying that it wasn't that big of a deal. And then he went and he just ran and jumped over it, and yeah, broke both his fucking ankles, man.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gnarly. How old were you when you did that?
I
In between surgery number 34 and 36.
think I was 19 or 20.
God,
So,
dude.
yeah.
I shattered my ankle doing this boneless off a porta potty with Danny Way crashing a cart through it.
I saw that.
And so I had to go get surgery, and Danny took me to his surgeon, Dr. Previte. Has
Yep.
that guy done any of yours?
No, but I do know Previte. I know Previte. Great doctor. He's a great doctor, dude.
It's crazy how much I believe in my ankle after that.
Well, yeah, when you have a good surgeon, it's like, it's on. You know, the same dude's done all of my surgeries, Dr. Warren Kramer up in Newport. He's a surfer. He's just a cool guy, but he's a smart cat, and he understands that, like, athletes are going to keep moving, and he knows we're going to keep moving. And so he does surgeries that are not going to, like, lock you up and tie you up. And I got really lucky that he's my surgeon. And it's crazy to say that you have a surgeon. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
You have to get injured a lot to have like a guy.
Like, I got him on speed dial, and I hit him up last night. I'm like, hey, man, I know you're busy anytime this week. He's like, yeah, for you, come in tomorrow. And I was like, perfect, man. You know,
You
it's
got
like
the stamp, like next surgery's free or something.
I wish, right?
That's funny.
My insurance would love
you,
that.
You have a surgeon on speed dial. We have a bail bondsman on speed dial. For
Hey,
us.
man, you know, to each their own for sure.
It's not a bail bondsman, but my criminal attorney I have a good relationship with.
No, and we also have a couple, that one chick that bailed you out last time. That's just
Yeah.
I have a question about skateboarding. Like you talked about when you hit that land and you're like, you couldn't even believe you're rolling away.
Yeah.
Like, how often does it happen where your muscle memory carries you through something, but your brain hasn't even processed it to like, does it happen like that? Or is it like while you're like doing some crazy trick, you're like so in it?
That's
know
a
what I
good
mean?
question. I think it's like really about being present. You know, I think it's the scarier the trick is for me, the more present my brain automatically snaps into, where it's like, I can hear anything going on. I can see the cars coming from up and down the street, but I also know, like, I can see my grip tape, like the sparkles on my grip tape, where it's like, it's things you would never really notice, but you're so in tune with what's going on. It's also a big reason that, like, I don't really ollie things. Like, that's why that ollie was so important to me. It's because if I ollie something, it's like, that's where I can actually lose track of my mind, is because there's nothing going on. It's just a free fall. And I get the tendency to like shake my feet, or like I'll bail big ollies. But if I kick flip or if I flip my board, my brain has so much more to think about. And all of a sudden I flip it, catch it, and then I'm rolling away instead of just like ollieing and like do, you know, like free falling. So
you prefer kick flipping?
I prefer kick flipping or flipping my board down big things. It keeps my mind focused. Anytime I just ollie something, I'm like space cadet.
You're like in the air, like, did I leave the faucet on? Or like something?
Similar, you know, or like you start second guessing that you know how to ollie, and it's like, oh, but then you try a kickflip and you get close.
You don't have time to
Yeah,
second guess
there's
yourself.
no second guess time. Yeah.
Wow.
So in a competition, when you're on a run, do you know what tricks you're going to do ahead of time, or is it that in the moment?
Yeah. No, the runs for me, like, some people can do that. Some people just have it like that, where they can, like, you know, like Ashad Ware, he can get on a skate park, any course, have zero practice, and skate a 1 minute run, and it looks like he's been on that, you know, course for the last week practicing that run. And then he'll switch it up the next 3 runs in a row, and you're like, man, how'd you do that? For me, I have to go in there and kind of map it out. You know, I'll map out 2 runs, and hopefully I get my first one, and then you can build on that from there. I kind of play the game with runs, but for me, I can't just go in like cold turkey and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna skate for a minute and see what happens. Like, I like to plan it out, because I want to get as many tricks into a run as I possibly can. Like good tricks, you know.
So it tripped me out when you said that your parents divorced on TV.
Yeah.
And then here's my fucking crazy thought that I had. Like, well, at that point, your parents are divorcing. You're wildly successful, making, I can only presume, millions and millions of dollars every year. Does, like, and I guess you are an adult at that point? Or you're
17,
No,
you
I
said?
was still living at my mom's house.
Yeah.
So did your, like, earnings, like, play into your parents' divorce? Were they, like, dividing up shit that you were?
No, because I've always, dude, and shout out to, you know, Steve Astafin, who's been my agent since I was, you know, 13 years old, 14 years old. I've always had, my money's always been like tied up where it's supposed to be, where my parents couldn't touch it, you know?
And by the way, apologies for that shitty question.
No, it's all good, you know? Like,
That's just a curiosity.
So was your mom embezzling from you?
no. Dude.
I wasn't suggesting that, but it's just like, you know, I couldn't help but be curious.
Yeah,
Sure,
no,
it's a
my parents
factor.
were both very successful, and, you know, my mom's been my manager since I was 8 years old. And so we worked together. My dad had, you know, thriving companies, so he was fine. Like, everyone was good with money, and they're both very smart. So they had, you know, different accounts set up for me, and, you know, all my retirement was set up when I was young. Like, so by the time I turned 18, like, they had not touched any of my money. If anything, they were telling me to save more because I was spending money like crazy. You know, I was 17 with a TV show and able to travel wherever and able to get into clubs. It was like a whole,
Jeez.
That's crazy.
it was a whole different, you know, whole different beast.
Were you making money at like 8?
I started making money when I was probably like, I mean, yeah, I did a couple like little like game show like.
Because I'm like, what does an 8-year-old buy with a fuckload of money? He's like, can I have 1 million pieces of bubble gum or like?
No, man. That's how much of a skateboarder I was. Anything I made, I spent at the skate shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wanted boards and I wanted new helmets and I wanted all of it. And like
I got a board for you, bro.
I know, I'm stoked.
Signed and everything.
Yeah, but I bought like things kids want, like I bought remote control cars and like I would buy my brother a remote control car and like I liked
Video game,
like toys and
arcade
bikes.
games.
Yeah, like a bicycle. I got a really cool like red line bicycle. I remember getting bicycles and skateboards and just like toys, man. It was all toys. It was fun, dude. It was fun.
Yeah, fuck.
What
man.
what kind of crazy cars have you had?
Crazy cars, man. When I was 18, I bought a Ferrari, 430. That thing was fun, super fun. Had three.
How fast have you gone in it?
In the Ferrari, I only went about 150. The thing was so close to the ground, and it was so violent, and the shifting was just violent. It was actually kind of scary. It's kind of a scary car.
So you kept it at a modest 150?
Yeah. Yeah. About $150 in that thing. But my favorite cars have been the S65, the AMG Mercedes-Benz. I've had 3 of those things, and man, they're rocket ships, dude. For a 4-door sedan, it's a rocket ship. And my last one I tuned it up, and it was pushing out a little over 800 horsepower, and hit 176 miles an hour in that thing, and it was like
Where?
wild.
Like on Pico?
No, not on Pico. No, just headed down south.
So crazy, dude.
But yeah, it's a quick blast, But that car is crazy because the faster you go, the more the suspension lowers the car and the steering gets tighter. It's like it's a race car,
That's sick.
but it's 4-door. It's a sleeper, definitely a
crazy.
sleeper.
So what's your car right now?
And then now I just drive the Ford Raptor. Yeah,
That's the only car you have?
yeah, that's the only car I have right now. Love
Cool. How's sobriety going? I mean, like, they say no dating within your first year of sobriety. Are you staying true to that, or are you?
it. No, man, I started dating. I started dating my girlfriend in January, so she's been with me through kind of the start of this, the restart, I should say, of the sobriety. And man, we vibe great together, and that hasn't been an issue for me at all.
How public have you been about sobriety? Like I heard Scott ask that question, and I think like, whoa, like I don't even know if we want to even be talking about.
You've been
that,
pretty public, and we can cut it out if you don't want to.
No, and dude, I've been public about it. I tried. So 18 to 25 was pretty heavy times. It was fun. It was fun times. I was definitely abusing alcohol, and got to the point where I had enough pain and I needed a break. So I checked into rehab when I was 20, right when I turned 26, checked into rehab, did a 30-day stay, and then made it almost 4 years sober. And didn't have a really good program, though. Didn't have a sponsor, wasn't hitting meetings, was just trying to pretty much white knuckle it. And decided that for, my 30th birthday, that, I wanted to go have fun with my homies and see if I could drink again. And I ended up drinking, and it just became this crazy thing where it was all I could think about was drinking. And it wasn't the amount, it wasn't, getting blacked out or going crazy. It was just the fact that I could not get it off my mind. And it was one of those things where it was like every day was coming around. Once 4 o'clock hit, it was like all I could think about was a drink. I was starting to do things during the day, getting my business done, but I was like almost doing things as like trying to get a reward. I was trying to do things to be like, okay, cool, satisfied I did that. Now my reward is this. And I wasn't dealing with a lot of the real feelings, the real life feelings that I needed to be dealing with. So, coming into it now, 6 months so far of 100% sobriety, again, with a solid program, with sober friends, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, going through the steps. It's the best thing I've ever done.
For sure.
Fucking epic, dude. So you said that the Life of Ryan MTV show, it helped your skateboarding, but how about like the drinking? Was it when you're abusing alcohol, or you Like just able to get away with it, like skateboarding wise?
Yeah, man, because I was young, dude. Like, I don't know, my body hadn't been taxed enough from the actual drinking that, like, man, I was still able to go party, wake up the next day a little bit hungover, but like a psyched I was like a psyched hangover. I wanted to skate something gnarly, and I wanted to do it right then and there. Like, wouldn't wait for the photographer to set up, wouldn't wait for the filmer to set up, would just start jumping down 15 stairs. And, that went on for years, dude. That went on for years. And I look back at it now, and I don't regret it. It got me to this point where I'm at today, where I'm so blessed and so thankful to be a professional skateboarder, to still be in the mix, to still be filming, and like to have the Sheckler Foundation, to be giving back to so many different types of communities that I had to go through that pain, man. I had to go through those trials and tribulations that were set in front of me. And
What's the what's the Sheckler Foundation all about?
so Sheckler Foundation, basically we do a lot of work with A-Skate, Autism Skates, the adaptive crew, which are the guys that are running around in the wheelchairs, and guys that are missing limbs and skating with prosthetics, and inner city kids. We help build skate parks, and we just help give back to at-risk youth, man, to kids that need a shot, and do a lot of work with the hospitals and children's hospitals. And it's been something that started when I was 17 years old, because I got the opportunity to grant a wish from Make-A-Wish Foundation to this girl named Casey out in Texas, and she had leukemia, and it was so crazy, man, because she was so happy and such a rad spirit, and she'd been going through chemo and shouldn't have been in the mood that she was in. Like, that's what I thought. And she told me that she wanted to hang out with me for the day because she respected how I treated my family and my brothers after my parents got divorced. And so it was like this whole thing of like, man, I thought my life was like kind of in shambles when that started happening, and it was so public. But she told me that she found strength in that, and from that day forward, all I wanted to do is I want to give back to the fans and to the people that have allowed me to live this life that I live. And so yeah, man, we've been running 13 years strong with the Sheckler Foundation, and donated a couple $1 million. And
Wow.
Six.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
we're helping, man. Our whole initiative is be the change you want to see in your community. So we do a huge call to action once a year where we just get everyone from America just kind of hitting us up with what they want to see changed in their community, and how we can help with, whether it's skate park or hospital, or building a safe place, like safe playgrounds and things like that. It doesn't always have to be skateboarding. It's just kind of what's on your guys' mind, man. We're here for the community. So
Do you have a call to action coming up soon, or did you guys already do one this year?
we just did it. We did our Skate for a Cause tour, and we did a 10-stop tour where each stop we donated 10 grand to the winners that we had picked through our call to action. And it was cool. We took a big tour bus, and we just freaking traveled across America, man. It was awesome. And we stopped in on places that we had already previously donated to in the years before, and just kind of did checkups and just kept the vibe right, and it's super cool because we'll do it where it's like, we'll show up at a spot, we'll do the $10,000 grant, but it's like, there's like 60 to 100 people, maybe, it's kind of it's a small, like really intimate setting. And so it allows me to be able to talk to every single person that's there, and to like really get on ground level with everyone. And we got pro skateboarders that come with us too: David Reyes, Manny Santiago, Chaz Ortiz. Like we got a sweet crew. Fabrizio Santos. Like, we got a really fun crew, and it's all dudes that just love skateboarding and love what skateboarding's done for their lives. And we all just want to contribute what we can to, not to the less fortunate, but just to people that are feeling it.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah, that always used to fuck me up, man. Like when I was drinking and I was beating up on myself, and then I'd see a story of somebody that's dying of leukemia, and I'm like, man, here I am getting fucked up, and they would give anything to not have this disease. And I would just, It just make me feel so shitty, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's that self-pity, you know, but it's like no one could tell you that you were going to feel that pain, you know? Like no one could tell you, hey, you should stop because you're going to feel all this pain and you're not going to like it. It's like I'm pretty hard-headed. I have a feeling we all are. I had to experience it myself, you know? I had to get to that point where I was fed up with feeling the way I was feeling and stop feeling sorry for myself and actually do something about it and get healthy, man. I got a lot to contribute to the world, and not only the skate world, just to the world. You know, like I feel I have something to contribute, whether that's love, whether that's respect, you know, a solid role model, whatever it may be, you know. If I can help one person with my story and like, you know, sobriety is cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
I'm enjoying the shit out of it. Because
Yeah.
I got sober right before I turned 30, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have done this a lot earlier.
I got sober at 33.
33?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty rad to jump on it early, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh, man, Wendy farted again, dude.
look at her. She's just big shit, dude.
Should I open the door
Yeah,
again?
we should probably
I don't
open
know
the
if
door.
it's that, if it's a...
All right, you guys let
the
me
last
know.
one was a bomb, dude.
Okay, you
Last
guys,
one was a bomb.
you guys let me know.
The last
I haven't
one-
caught this one yet.
Maybe you guys are just like you built up a tolerance now.
So, your sponsors have been the same for... How long have you been riding for Plan B?
Plan B since I was 15, so 15 years now. I've been on Oakley since I was 7 years old. I've been on
Wow.
Etnies since I was 7 or 8. Yeah, man. I mean, and those are my longest running sponsors by far, and it's just like it's just loyalty, bro. It's
So
loyalty and
killer.
it's family. It's family at this point, you know. It's like, and Red Bull, man. I've been on Red Bull since I was 14 or 15, and I couldn't see myself being anywhere else. You know, it's like the freedom that these companies have allowed me to have in projects that we do, trips that we want to go on, whatever it may be. And especially with Red Bull, it's like, you know, like they'll hit me up. You want to go to a Formula One race? I'm like, absolutely. I would, you know, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Who does it?
Of course, you know, Red Bull does the coolest thing. I was in Taiwan with Red Bull, and they were hosting the championship paper airplane contest.
Oh,
that's
shit.
it.
And it was tight, you know, and I
Yeah.
went there and we threw out the first planes and they were terrible, but it was like the fact that Red Bull is in every type of sport, every
Oh, my
type
God.
of community is
Yeah.
like the coolest thing to me, man. And they always include me and my crew in it, man. It's like, it's amazing, dude.
Have you been to the super high diving?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God, that shit's so
How high?
fucked up.
I haven't.
It's crazy. Like, over 100 feet, I
Yeah,
think.
it seems off the side of the cliffs and stuff.
Yeah, I watched on TV. It's
Yeah.
so crazy what
Yeah.
they do.
And these guys like doing flips and shit?
Like
The difference with the super high diving is that they land exclusively on their feet. They don't go head first in like they do in the Olympics.
I wouldn't even jump off 100 feet. Like,
Nah, bro.
They do like insane shit, dude.
Yeah, they're spinning and
That's-
flipping the whole way down.
That's an important question, I think, that we call it what, action sports. The whole like pressure in action sports to just constantly push more flips, more twists, more higher fucking jumps. Like it's fucked up. You know?
It's gnarly.
Did you see the documentary? It's called The Crash Reel about this snowboarder Kevin Pierce.
Yeah.
And he gets this traumatic brain injury.
you
like,
saw that?
Yeah, and I know Kevin personally.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never saw it. So
It's such a heavy indictment of action sports in general because like here, he was dude, the guy was on fire, man.
Half
He
pipes,
was
snowboarding.
Yeah, and the half pipe, like it was the first Olympics, I want to say, where they increased the height of the snowboarding half pipe by like a lot. I don't know, a lot. And he was training for it and like had this horrible fucking head injury. The guy's never been the same, really, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
And he was the one that was gonna be the gold medal. He was like
Wow.
gold medal
Yeah,
contender by
for
far,
sure.
by
And-
far.
because that's just ice you're hitting. Like it's so unforgiving, right? That
Yeah.
half pipe. It looks
It was-
like snow and like it's not so bad, but it's
It was so fucked up. Yeah.
What was crazy to me was his brother, how self-aware he was.
Yeah.
You know? It was like, dude, this guy is more in touch with himself than I am. Like, it's fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah, but in any case, how much of that, like, I mean, I almost feel like
What, like pressure to do more?
What, just
more?
pressure to kickflip the higher thing? Like,
No,
I mean,
none. I got none now.
right? Good.
No pressure, bro. It's crazy. The only pressure there is would be whatever, I put on myself.
Right.
Whereas before, I used to think that it was like skateboarding as a whole was putting pressure on me to do bigger and bigger things. And you can kind of get pigeonholed into that, especially if that's all you're showing people, is that you're jumping off the biggest things and you're going the furthest. And, all of a sudden these people start putting you in a category of, oh yeah, he's a jumper. That's what he
Right.
does. He jumps. So what's he gonna jump next? And it's like you almost can, if you play into that, you can find yourself jumping off something you can't make just to try to keep
Right.
that going. And so for me, being 30 now, it's like with the injuries that I've had, I'm just trying to have fun again, and that's what I'm doing. I feel like I'm 13 years old again. Body doesn't feel 13, but my mental is like, I just want to skate. I just want to land tricks, man. I'm going for gnarly shit still. I'm still going for gnarly shit, but shit that's within
comfort
reality.
zone.
Yeah, it's within my reality now. And I used to look at things. I would have fantasy tricks, of like what I would do down some spots, and I don't even let my mind go play there anymore. I skate more realistic to what I can actually accomplish now.
But Red Bull's not like, hey, you should probably try and do this, or do they just stoked on whatever you give them?
Red Bull's just stoked, bro. They're just stoked because they know I'm not lowering my bar by any means. I'm actually more productive now that I'm having fun, and I'm not worried about what people think about my skateboarding, or if I deserve to be a skateboarder, or if I've made it in skate. Like, I'm a skateboarder through and through. I've been skating since I was 2 years old, and you'll never take skateboarding away from me, and ever. I'm a skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
I've put myself in this world, and I've stayed here, and I love it. And so at this point, it's just about like, how much fun can I have and be gnarly?
It's crazy watching you skate this facility. Like,
Just home court advantage.
I mean, it's
fun.
Watching Ryan skate it. It's, to me, it seems like the complete opposite of what he was talking about preparing for a contest run, because it's just like, all over just the spontaneous tricks on all the,
But see, that happens when I'm having fun. But the second, I could go in there right now and probably could come up with a cool 1 minute run without thinking about it. But the second you tell me it's a contest, my whole mind switch. Everything in my mind goes, whoa. Okay, we have preparation steps for this, period, and we don't falter. We do not skate a contest without going through these steps. Fun skating, it's exactly what it is. It's just fun. Contest skating is gnarly.
you still love competing?
I still love competing. Yeah, I'm a competitor through and through.
You competitor with everything else in life, or just skating?
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm getting pretty fired up to skate, dude. If you guys have any more questions,
I actually have one thing I wanted to bring up. The other day we got lunch. We were all getting tacos, and you mentioned how, like, Wendy went missing, and then you ended up finding her, and you told me, you were like, I knew I was gonna find her. Like, and you're like, and I always had this intuition where sometimes I just know. You're like, I turned that corner, I knew I was gonna find her, and I found her. Or like, I've been driving and I know there's a cop coming around the corner, so I slow down, and then there's a cop.
Right.
Can you talk about that a little bit, that intuition?
Yeah, man. I feel like I've always had a pretty sharp intuition since I was a kid. Definitely like early teens. I've always kind of felt when a situation was getting weird or something was going to happen, or like, as simple as like a glass someone's going to knock that glass off the table, like, and all of a sudden it's shattered on the ground. It's like, I've always, I don't know, maybe it's God, like, I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ, and could be God. Could just be that I'm super in tune with the world and what's going on. I feel like as a skateboarder, you're always super aware of your surroundings. You've always been looking for street spots or looking for something to skate, so you're always observing everything that's going on. And I just think it's something that it's just something that I got. It's just like, normally my intuition is good, and normally I can listen to that voice in my brain and know if it's bullshitting me or not. And a lot of the times I've been able to trust trust that inner voice, and it pays off. You know, it's weird.
Is that what kind of told you, like, I need to check myself into rehab? I should be sober because, like, I can see this going
For sure.
real bad.
For sure. Absolutely. That played a huge role. And a lot of that was like some of the only times I was trying to ignore that. I was trying to ignore that voice.
Drinking, like, suppressed it.
I always got like beat up on myself because I just felt like, you know, when I was getting fucked up, like I was just at 60% my potential.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, I'm giving this gift. And like,
Yep.
if I died today, I'd be like, fuck, man, dude.
You're so bummed, you know?
So bummed.
Such a funny way to describe 60% my potential. It's like, no, dude, you were like going in the complete opposite direction, like, right?
Yes.
I mean, 60%, you still get 60%.
Yeah,
But
you were climbing down. You should have been going up. Yeah, you were going the wrong way.
I was like running a business, and so I was like operating
Yeah.
Right.
as a functioning person in society, and I was like somewhat successful, but I'm like, dude, I can be so much more successful.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
the number 60% came in the same way when you asked me how a movie was, and I'm like 86%. Like, I just feel it, you know? Like,
That's Scott's intuition percentages.
like Shawshank Redemption, 98%. You know? Like,
yeah.
All right.
It's so funny.
All right.
So,
dude.
wait, the last question is: do you have any advice for Steve now that he turned pro?
Have fun, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Just keep having fun, man. You're a huge role model and you're a huge inspiration for so many, bro.
Well, thanks,
And-
man. Yeah, when we were skating last week, you know, I remember thinking, man, I got to figure something out. And you were like, well, if you don't figure something out, just have fun.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, fucking A, dude, right on.
That's all it's about. That's what it's all about, man. It's just fun these days, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And, I mean, I guess, like, the coronavirus is, like, the fucking whole world's crumbling around us.
And you turned pro. Got
And
it.
I turned pro. It's tough to get boards. Are you
Yeah.
able to sell enough boards?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I feel like anything that has to do with being outside right now is a huge market. Skateboarding is doing great right now. Some of the companies in skateboarding are doing great right now, and they're selling tons of boards. Looks like you're about to. I guarantee you're gonna sling all of these, bro.
All of them. I
Yeah.
know. We'll never have enough boards.
No.
Yeah, I got. That's a random question, but when Plan B got sold to wherever it got sold, did that affect your experience as a pro for them?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't, because I'm so invested into Plan B and to the team and to the riders and to the legacy of the brand that I just looked at it as just another business transaction. It doesn't matter. Kids that skateboard and adults that know what Plan B is are going to continue to buy Plan B, and that's where we're at right now. It's like Plan B is not going anywhere. It's a legacy brand, and our team is next level, and we're grinding, bro, and we're still going.
Well, there's a
Are you trying to get me on
Steve-O?
Steve-O?
It's not Steve-O. Yeah, dude, skateboards.
Yeah.
No,
sheriff in town.
I would never do that. And
Do you have any mugshots?
Yeah, dude, it's a little
No.
bit of
No
a
mugs.
boutique.
No mug shot.
Boutique brand.
Boutique?
There you go. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so glad I didn't jump on this board and ride it. I was like, I saw it sitting there. I'm like, I'm just gonna jump on it. I was like,
Dude, it wouldn't have mattered, dude.
I
Who
know,
cares?
but then
I
you're
haven't
like-
jumped on it yet.
I know, but I know how you are.
I'm fucking getting ready to.
You can do it barefooted
No.
with those
not
Walmart
even.
feet right there.
That and those Walmart.
Look at this feet with the camera. I'm like, it's like right on my elbow halfway through this podcast, and then Wendy farts, and I'm like smelling it, looking at his feet, like what?
All right, dude. Well, hey, man, I don't have anything else. I just wanted to say thank you, man.
No, man, thank
Fucking-
you guys, bro.
I appreciate this a whole lot, man, and I'm just stoked for you. Like, I feel like you've had a killer life,
Yep.
and now, like with sobriety, I think that what really it represents is, for me anyway, it was like, all right, I'm this Steve-O guy, and it's like this whole thing, and I'm so invested in it. I never know how to turn it off, and I've just got to be this. And then like I'm afraid that like I'm gonna have the end of my career, and then I'm just gonna be useless and worthless. And then sobriety for me represented like some separation, to work on separating like who I really am from this ridiculous persona, which which I'm not, you know. And I feel like as a pro skateboarder, you know, you get 30, you're fine. You know, 40. Look at Tony Hawk; he's in his 50s. But still, I think that in almost anything that you do, and particularly in anything like involving athletics, you gotta like kind of head into the later part of your life, like with
being comfortable being Ryan.
right.
Just
It's that separation.
Yeah.
You seem really comfortable in your own skin, and that's kind of what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe how level-headed you are. Like, if I was 16 and like rich and famous, I feel like I'd be such a dick or something, like, or I would have died by now. Like, it's so crazy how level-headed
With a Ferrari?
you are.
Yeah, but you know, but like
Fucking-
I was a teenager and I was kind of a little bit of a dickhead, you know, but I had
But every teenager was.
yeah, it's hard to say, man. It was
Yeah.
like, you know, I had moments that every kid growing up, I mean, maybe not every kid, like I didn't know anything different than being a professional skateboarder and traveling since I was a teenager. Since the second I turned 13, I was professional and traveling the world, and that's what I knew. And so sometimes I didn't know how to act, and you know, unfortunately the times I didn't know how to act were on camera on TV. And so it was like, you know,
Yeah.
you live and you learn though.
Sure.
And I've for sure learned from that, and the biggest part about sobriety and my age now and what's going on is definitely being comfortable with just me, you know, being stoked on the skateboarder Ryan, but also just being stoked on, you know, just me,
Yep.
just being me.
That's cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, man. Let's skate, dude. And thank you again.
Thank you guys, bro.
Right on,
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
Fucking A, man. We did it again. Wild Ride with Steve-O. Another great episode. Thanks to Ryan Sheckler and Hello Street Team. I got a special treat for you this week. As I mentioned in the podcast, I'm pro now, professional skateboarder. I was excited about getting into his park there and pulling off that kickflip up the step up. It's very challenging for any pro skater, but of course I went in there and I fucking went after it like a bat out of hell. Oh yeah, I dropped in. I fucking came flying at that thing. I flew up that step up. I hucked it and I caught it clean. I cleared it by a mile. The first trick I landed on my pro model skateboard. Really excited about that. It's going to be included in a very epic, what's called a compilation of incredible skateboard maneuvers, which I will be launching at some point to announce my board to the world, but the street team already knows about it. So stay tuned. This pro skater signing off.